to Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
What is up? Welcome to Drinkin Bros. I am your host, Rob Fox. I am joined by Dan Holloway, who, even though he's texting, he has something on his mind.
I have a lot of things in my fucking mind.
But I feel like there's one at the front of the line.
Well, yeah, I mean, I woke up this morning and, as she does every morning, Brittany asked me how I slept because I'm not great at sleeping because that's when they get you, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to pay attention. I was like, no, I didn't sleep well. She goes, why? Because you got too high last night and couldn't stop thinking about monkey co-ops. I'm like, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, what is a monkey co-op? I believe you may have invented this.
I definitely invented it last night when I was super high.
How much had you smoked?
I don't know, all day for the last fucking 20 years. I don't fucking know. Let's see. So a monkey co-op is basically where a group of 10 people all pay someone to be a full-time monkey caretaker. And then we buy a monkey, and people can book time with the monkey, right? It's like a fucking Airbnb calendar. You just go in and fucking...
Well, more like a timeshare.
Kind of like that, yeah.
So it's essentially a monkey co-op or a monkey timeshare.
Right. Monkey timeshare, though, it seems weird.
It sounds cheap.
It sounds, yeah. It's co-op. Our co-ops have a lot better reputation than timeshares.
Yes.
So I did some research on this. As a matter of fact, one of the Giggle Boys, Eli, texted me and said, I know a guy that sells monkeys, that's not the difficult part. We'll get to that. At the top end, a pet monkey, like one of those, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know what they are. Whatever that kind of monkey is you see as a pet all the time.
Okay, the one like on Friends and shit?
Yeah.
We're talking about, so that's a littler monkey. I was wondering what kind.
Like a rhesus monkey or something. I'm not a full-on chimp. That's fucked up.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, because they'll beat you to death.
Yeah.
This little monkey, if he got out of line, I'll fuck him up. You know what I mean? But anyways, it's about $8,000 for one of those monkeys. So... This is just what's it called?
So the most popular ones kept as pets.
Capuchin.
The green monkey, a vervet, a grivet, marmoset, squirrel monkey.
Oh yeah.
Macaque.
That seems like a setup.
Chimp is on the list. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Capuchin.
Dan, if you want to go ahead and search for monkey snapping green beans. You're probably going to find a video on Twitter of it. Just get ready to pull it up in a minute because then you'll understand why. This is part of my whole narrative here. At any rate, to pay someone $100,000 a year to be a full-time monkey caretaker, that's $8,333 a month. Capuchin, okay. For 10 people then. So to buy the monkey is $8,000. That's an $800 initial investment.
Not a big deal.
Which is not a big deal for a lot of people. For a lot of people, that's a lot of money. But
yeah.
There's enough people.
Well, let's put it this way. If you're in a position in your life where you're thinking about a monkey co-op,
right,
it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I found the video.
Yeah, that's it. Hold on, don't play it yet, though.
Okay.
Because it's really fucking funny. For 10 people, that would be initial cost of $800 and then $833 a month, where you get a guaranteed 3 days a month that you can spend time with a monkey.
Is it just that so everyone has their own 3 days and you use it or lose it, or is it you can just visit whenever you want?
I would say just book it whenever you want, right?
Okay.
And you maybe, if you booked it in like 3 or 4 hour windows, which I think is appropriate, probably a 4 hour window, that way you get your time with the monkey and the monkey gets to go relax for a while.
Right.
And then come back and
whatever.
Not
going to spend 12 hours with the monkey.
No, not 12 at a time. So you're talking about even more time with the monkey at this point.
Right.
That to me is, I would do that.
And could you also, now you're talking about visiting the monkey, but presumably you could also book it out, bring it to you, have the monkey handler show up.
There might be some other costs associated with that, which I think should be paid for by the members of the co-op individually, right? But yeah, that would be fine. I mean, they're not just kept in a single habitat somewhere. And obviously, you don't want to abuse the animal.
No.
Like, if moving it around a lot is traumatic for it, I would rather just leave it in one spot that was good for it. But I want access to monkeys greater than what I can get at the zoo, with less responsibility than I would have by owning a goddamn monkey.
By yourself.
And I feel like the middle ground is a fucking monkey co-op. I don't see the big deal. Now, the reason I was thinking about this is because I got, again, super fucked up last night. We were watching The Fall, which is a great series if you haven't seen it.
I have not.
With Gillian Anderson. This is the video that I was watching. Do you want to play that, Dan? Pull that up. It's just like a monkey snapping green beans, angry as shit. I was like, man.
Is he working?
Yes.
Like he's not doing that for.
Well, no. Every now and again, you'll see him if you watch long enough. He's opening his mouth, so he thinks he's getting a fucking because he'll pull a bean out here in a second and eat it. So like out of the shell, I mean. I think yeah, there it went. So yeah, he's hanging out and just doing what the person's doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're just fucking chilling, dude. And she's probably doing canning. I doubt those green beans are going directly into somebody's mouth out of a monkey's hand. But
I hope not.
I watched this video. It's 45 seconds long. I watched it about 400 or 500 times last night in a row. I'm surprised I didn't wake Brittany up because I was like tittering, I was just like giggling like an idiot. And I was like, man, all of this happened within like a fucking 3-minute period too. Like I saw the video, I watched it a couple of times, and I'm thinking like, man, it would be really cool to have a fucking monkey around all the time. And then I started thinking about, it's basically a child.
Yeah.
That's got a diaper on all the time, which means you just have a permanent infant. And I was like, fuck
Well, a permanent infant, but with like really troublesome mobility.
Yeah, it's like the Terrible Twos constantly forever.
Yeah.
They can't feed themselves or wipe their own ass or anything, but they can get into shit.
And they can take shits.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Not to mention, the nice thing about the co-op, too, is I can't imagine... Like, I just spent nearly $1,000 in vet bills on my dogs.
Yeah.
So I assume a monkey is a real fucking situation.
You just give them people food and people medicine, right? I mean, we're pretty close.
Also, imagine a monkey in like a little sling. If he hurts his like shoulder or his arm.
Yeah.
No.
That'd be dope, yeah. I mean, it would be cute.
Everyone wants to visit injured monkey during the co-op. They're like, I want to see it in the sling.
Yeah. Man, the monkey is slave labor. That's what Reed White says. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, if we need to compensate the monkey somehow, I'm also fine with that.
Right.
We've already established that it's a pretty low opening cost, not cost prohibitive, and then the monthly cost, and that's just with 10 people. You could expand that to 30 people, and you get at least 1 day a month.
Yeah.
Right? And at that point, what's the math on that? Hold on, 833 divided by 30. That's fucking $277.77 per fucking month. You're telling me you wouldn't pay $270 a month?
That's a car payment. That's a Honda.
Yeah, to get like a full day with a goddamn monkey like that. That's where you can. I mean, you don't have to deal with all the fucking tantrum monkey or shitting monkey or dealing with any of that bullshit or the vet or any of that stuff.
What a
you
gig.
just get to show up. You're an aunt or an uncle or a fucking grandparent. You show up for the cool shit and get the fuck out.
What a gig for the monkey trainer.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound like a lot of work.
Because let's be real, you could probably handle 2.
Yeah.
I would think 2 reasonably you could probably handle by yourself. That's $200,000 a year to hang out with 2 fucking monkeys all day.
Also, they pay for themselves when they steal shit.
That's true, yeah. If you take them down to the fucking to Times Square or something.
I believe it's a bazaar. That's what they prefer to steal from.
That's where they fit in more.
Yeah.
Well, they used to.
Yeah.
When they were still wearing those hats.
Because there's so many monkeys in like, I think that's a big thing over in Europe where they just train them, they pickpocket.
Well, how do you arrest a monkey? You know what I mean? Like
How do you prosecute them?
Yeah. They always claim insanity because they throw their shit on people. But
Yeah.
I'm not insane.
And you throw your shit on people?
All the time. Yes.
Sorry, I missed that.
Only when they ask. Monkey co-ops. I would love to hear any other ideas.
Well, you could do a co-op with any animal.
Right, but what animals would even be appropriate to do a co-op with? Like, what animals would you want to be around so much that you would do that, but you don't already have an easy, like a bird or a cat or a dog is easy,
right?
Or a snake or whatever the fuck.
So an exotic animal that you don't want to deal with every day. I don't want to. By the way, I don't want to endorse co-ops for creepy pets like a Komodo dragon or some kind of monitor lizard.
No.
Just stop bringing those here. Have you ever seen like a monitor lizard, like videos of monitor lizards in Florida?
They're big as shit.
They are the size of straight up like dogs, like
Yeah.
medium-sized dogs. There was one video where a monitor lizard was pressed up against these people's like sliding door, and their toddler was on the other side of it, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's huge! Look at it!" And I was like, "Dude, it's trying to eat that baby.
Yeah.
Like, you get it, get the baby away from the glass."
Yeah, I mean, it thinks that baby is like a fucking little mushy treat.
Yeah,
And if it's a white baby, it is a mushy treat.
it was a white baby. Yeah,
People seem to forget that amphibians and lizards and reptiles of all sorts, they grow until they die. Like, they never stop growing. So if one can survive long enough, it'll become a goddamn dinosaur at some point. That's how the fuck that all works.
that's what
Like,
the pythons are doing.
Yeah, they're
in
getting big. They're getting big. I don't know. I don't know about the Komodo dragon thing is stupid. I don't know why anybody would want to spend any amount of time around those, but I'm not everybody. Some people,
Yeah.
people have different tastes. Yeah, mini giraffe, if that existed, that's still my ultimate animal goal in life is to own a Shetland giraffe. It's like fucking maybe a foot and a half tall. Like, you know how dope that would fucking be?
That would
to have
be
that giraffe.
fucking incredible.
God damn it! Why can't we have that? I don't understand. Why? What medical science is doing all this fucking bullshit, and they're not? Is anybody putting any research or money into shrinking animals?
Yeah. So here's an interesting one.
God damn it!
Talking about monkeys, right?
Okay.
An orangutan on the international black market, $45,000 for a baby orangutan.
That's it, huh?
Yeah. And again, if you're with a rich group of 10 to 20 people, anywhere between 4,500 to 2,300-ish a person
Yeah.
for your orangutan co-op. And unlike a chimp, like they're not gonna, even though they're strong as shit too, an orangutan is probably less likely to put his hands in your mouth and rip your head in half.
You think so? I mean, they're a little smarter.
They are smarter, but
Yeah.
they're gentler too. They're not. That Jungle Book was pure propaganda.
Well, these little monkeys, they can't really. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do?
Scratch your eyes or
yeah,
some shit.
pull one of your eyeballs out of your head. I guess.
Yeah,
That would suck.
You don't want a baboon.
I am not becoming Tiger King. This is not the same thing. I have not tricked anyone into doing meth or having sex with me. I just want to hang out with cool animals, but I don't want any of the responsibility.
Yeah.
If the zoo would just let me do what I want, none of this would even happen.
Don't you really think there should be like gold memberships at a zoo? where
Heavy
you-
petting zoo, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, where, you can really get in there. Not prostitution, but close.
A lot of touching.
I mean, you want to fucking touch and experience the goddamn animal, man.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is the point? I don't want to go look at something in a cage. That's fucking weird.
Right.
I want to hang out with the animal, and if it's too dangerous that I can't hang out with it, just show me a fucking picture. Man, what the fuck is the difference between that and standing 80 feet away from it?
I mean, I enjoy seeing like a lion or a tiger up close. Obviously, don't want to pet it unless it's like fucking sedated.
I want to pet it.
Or a baby.
Just
Yeah,
cut
hell
it.
no.
Just cut its paws off.
Throw a saddle on that
Declaw it.
lion.
Yeah. No, the whole foot.
It's just a stumpy.
Or
lion.
put like they should make like the boots that you put on a car when it's been parked somewhere too long.
Yeah.
Make that for dangerous animals' feet.
Yeah.
And just put them on there. What's he gonna fucking
Well,
do?
babies have that because babies' fingernails are really sharp.
Yeah.
And so you put it on so they don't scratch their own fucking face up because they're dumb. They don't know what they're doing. They have they have mittens. So you want like a kitten mitten but like strong for like a tiger or a lion.
It's made out of that material that is made in the non-tear outdoor dog beds, basically,
Okay. Or
Yeah.
you know what's a good one is
or Kevlar.
like the Kevlar bags you put money in to go deposit at the bank at night, like when you're at a restaurant or some shit.
Yeah, that might work. But you need something for his head too. Like, I don't want him biting me either. But I want enough of his head exposed where I can scratch him behind his ears.
I think it's just
Otherwise, it's not a fucking animal. If I can't, I'm tired of talking to all these fucking vegan dum-dums. If I can't pet the animal, right, and get some kind of emotional response from that animal, then I'm going to eat it. And even if I can, I'm going to eat it. But
Yeah, you can get an emotional response from a pig. Pig's pretty smart.
pigs are smart. They're also really fucking tasty.
They are.
People who prioritize other species over our own will never make sense to me. It's very bizarre that people are like, pigs have the same rights as humans. Like, no. When was the pig Revolutionary War? Does anybody remember that one?
Well, it's coming.
Maybe Animal Farm.
Yeah, I was
style.
gonna say.
Maybe Animal Farm style, but I'll be long dead by then. By the time they become sentient. Speaking of,
What if they actually do become sentient quite often, and some farmers just like, nope.
that would be the appropriate response.
It's like another pig's just like, hello?
Yeah, like if your animal talks to you, you should shoot it.
Yeah.
Probably, you would think. Well, not if it's a bird. What do you think about? What do you think about a service? So you know Mike Ritland, he trains these dogs.
Yeah.
Very well trained and expensive fucking dogs to go into people's homes and be pets, but also be protection and blah blah blah. Has anybody ever started a service where they teach birds fucked up shit to say and then sell them? Because you would I would not even consider buying a bird. But if it was a minor bird and it just called people cunts all the time, probably buy it.
Immediately.
I'm not going to lie. I would probably buy that, and it would be, I don't know what I would have to get Brittany to allow me to do this, but I would have, whatever it was, I would give it to her, and I would own that bird, and I would put it right in the front of my fucking house. So everybody that walked in got called a cunt every single fucking day.
Makes sense to me. Andrew Jackson, at his funeral, his parrot had to be escorted out because it was saying fucked up shit. It was cursing and saying fucked up shit the whole time.
Yeah.
Had to remove the parrot.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not surprising at all.
It's pretty on brand for him.
Yeah, I would say so.
A bird situation, that really actually, I don't know why someone doesn't do that. Like, I'll train your bird for you.
Seriously. I mean, I'm sure there's, my mom had birds when I was like a teenager, I think, some tween and teen, early teen years, and she had these cassette tapes she would play for the birds while we were like gone for the day, so they could learn new songs and shit. Dude, I could do that. I could play a fucking tape for a bird.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you don't have to do anything. You just put on like Richard Pryor or some shit and like leave.
Yeah, all you need to do is you need the startup capital, right? To get the birds in the first place, unless you're trying to fucking steal pigeons down the park, but they don't sing.
They don't really talk, yeah.
If you bought like a couple of nice birds, we're talking about probably a $10,000 investment for 4 or 5 minor birds.
That's not that's not a big business loan.
No, it's not. No, not at all. So if you were able to do that, and then spend, I don't know, a couple of months training them up, and now they're fucking assholes. You know what I mean? Then you can start taking pre-orders. Like, what do you want your fucking bird to say?
Yeah.
Because I'll have them say it all the time.
Would there be any utility in, you talk about Ritland training dogs that'll protect you and shit like that? I assume those are like Belgian Malinois, whatever, Malinois, German Shepherds, that type of thing. Yeah. Would there be any utility in training like a 20-pound dog like you or I have to lay an ambush until the person passes them and then just like rip their Achilles out?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I don't know if my dog under any circumstances could rip somebody's Achilles out. He's about 23 pounds. So probably not. But you could train the dog to do something else. Do something creepy to make the guy uncomfortable so he leaves.
Yeah. So this is bigger than this, but English Bulldog has a 210 PSI bite.
Compare that to another dog, because I don't know.
Okay. Hardest dog bites.
By foot-pound.
Yeah, so the hardest one is a Argentino, 500. Kangal, 700. Oh, fuck. All right. So
I thought Kangal was a hat that Samuel L. Jackson wore.
Yeah. Actually, so Bulldog has a harder bite than a Belgian Malinois.
A Bulldog does, huh?
Yeah, English Bulldog does.
Interesting.
A Chow Chow has a harder bite.
Chow Chows are pretty stout, though.
Yeah. I think you could get some pretty good bite force out of a smaller dog, depending on the breed.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's more about the muscle in the jaw than their fucking size, I suppose. But,
yeah. What are the ones that kill rats back in the day, where they'd like toss them in a fucking cage? It's in Gangs of New York, and they just bet on how many.
Kind of terrier.
Yeah.
Fuck. Bull terrier, maybe? Yeah, it's a bull terrier, isn't it? The Spuds MacKenzie dog?
Maybe.
Or the Target dog.
Bull terrier has 269 PSI.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about all that. But I think that it would be, it's probably a good business idea. to buy, if you could go spend $10,000 on birds, I mean, what would the percentage markup be on a bird that now says exactly what you want it to say?
Right.
And is already trained and shit. Maybe nothing. I don't know.
Isn't that kind of the backstory of why pirates had parrots? They would take them onto the ship, they would train them how to speak, and then they would sell the birds once they got back to port.
Oh, really? That sounds about right, yeah. I mean, but maybe in modern culture, it might be the process of training the bird, right, would be the point, and not necessarily having a bird that is trained. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case, but it could be.
Well, you're also training it to like live with humans and stuff too, right? So you get extra shit.
Right.
It's not just the speaking. Like so you get. I don't know how potty trained like birds get, but presumably it would be able to live and fly around your house without shitting everywhere, that type of thing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you don't want to have a bird in a diaper.
No.
That'd be weird as shit. Birds have cloacas, right?
Yeah.
So
they fuck and they get fucked in the ass.
well, what I said this to who did I say this to the other day? I think it was Evan Hafer's wife. Yeah, birds shit from and get fucked in the same hole, which a lot of people do, right? But they have to.
Yeah.
Right? That's the difference. Not everyone has to, unless it depends on your uncle, I guess. I don't know. At any rate, monkey co-op. I think we still haven't identified any other animals that would make sense. If there were, like, you're now theorizing about possible animals, right? That's the little giraffe and the pygmy hippo and shit. Mm-hmm. But what other animal would you even want to be around?
Definitely a mammal.
Probably, yeah.
I'm not really or maybe a bird, depending on the type of bird.
I mean, if it was a bird that could do a whole, like, a tight 15 comedy-wise, I would hang out. I would go watch that.
But is it the same material or?
Not every time. It's got to develop new material.
Right.
Like, that's part of the co-op at that point. You're paying more for the bird to get trained.
Yeah.
I think.
I would say if you could somehow find like a chill bear, like a black bear. I would never feel comfortable around a grizzly, but like a black bear or something like that.
Well, you've seen all these assholes in Russia just hanging out with bears.
Yeah.
Wrestling partners
I mean,
for Habib.
bears seem pretty intelligent, I guess.
I've heard they're smarter than dogs.
So you could probably, over time, train. I mean, you don't want to fucking hang out with a silverback gorilla, man.
No.
You know what I mean? You're just going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
At some point, that dude, I don't know how good you have to make a gorilla's life before he's not a threat to you anymore, but it's probably a lot better than we're capable of making his life, frankly, without putting people in danger.
And then also there's still like, you don't know what could happen in the meantime. Like maybe he climbs something, falls, gets a concussion, and now he's got a little CTE.
Yeah.
He just gets old and gets dementia and rips your face off one day.
Yeah, it's like the O.J. Simpson of fucking gorillas. Yeah, possible CT in gorillas. You don't want to deal with that. Mike Tyson co-op. What does that mean?
I don't think we can own. There's a lot of ethical issues with owning Mike
Yeah.
Tyson. He has been caged before.
That's true, yeah. Against his will. So there's some other shit going on today that I saw. So the U.S. scientists who created the first living robots
This was troubling.
say that the life forms they created, known as Xenobots, can now reproduce. And they're doing it in a way that is not seen in plants and animals. So these, you may have heard about this last year. It was stem cells of an African clawed frog and robotics of some sort. I don't know. I don't know what they add to it, to be honest. But it's
So there is living tissue?
yeah.
It's not just...
The living tissue is from the frog, and it's just a little blob of tissue, and it's about 0.04 inches wide, so not very big. But the tiny blobs were first unveiled last year after experiments showed that they could move, work together in groups, and heal themselves. Now the scientists that developed them at University of Vermont, Tufts University, and Harvard University's Wyss Institute for Biologically Inspired Engineering, which sounds like something we're going to be reading about 100 years from now, but on burned sheets of paper.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like maybe not in a great way.
Yeah. Said they discovered an entirely new form of biological reproduction, different from any animal or plant known to science. So there's actually video of this shit too. It's weird.
What is it? What could it be? If
It looks like a little chicken nugget, to be honest.
But like, is it? It's essentially
shrimp.
like some new form of like asexuality.
I don't know. So frogs have a way of reproducing that they normally use, but when you liberate the cells from the rest of the embryo, you give them a chance to figure out how to be in a new environment, not only to figure out a new way to move, but they also figure out apparently a new way to reproduce. Come on.
So this is Jurassic Park, by the way. They used frog DNA, and frogs could change genders, or what the type of frog DNA they use could change genders if there weren't enough ladies around or guys around to fuck the women or whatever. So I feel like frog DNA is both very malleable and ready to fuck over human beings in a sci-fi sort of way.
Yeah, so to create these creatures, I guess if you want to call them that, stem cells were harvested from frog embryos and just left to incubate on their own without anything else. So there's no gene manipulation or anything like that. They basically just gave stem cells, which are the building block of at least our lives, to a fucking machine or something, or the tiny robot, and just see what happens. Right.
Great.
Which is a good, I mean, you know, it's curiosity killed the cat, is what I'll say about that. But one of the scientists said, in a way, it's a robot, but it's also clearly an organism made from genetically unmodified frog cells. Man, I don't know. This is like the fucking Cylons, man.
Literally, half biologic, half machine.
Yeah, like it's not. This is something altogether different than just artificial intelligence, where machines would have to build a body of some sort, right, to actually attack us. It's not going to be like one of those stupid 80s movies where the blender's chasing you down the fucking hallway.
Right.
This doesn't work like that. But a biological creature that you can control through Wi-Fi, that might work. I mean, what the fuck are we doing here, dude?
It seems not great. Like, I don't know. Is it? What's the theory where Hollywood keeps showing us aliens, so we'll be prepared for what they look like?
I don't know. That's my theory. I made that up.
Okay.
But I don't know what it's called. It's probably called being way too high. But
It's under the monkey co-op verse.
yeah.
It seems like the same. It seems like a lot of apocalyptic movies do the same thing, right? Armageddon, Matrix, Terminator, Day After Tomorrow. This falls, even in Jurassic Park, like this kind of falls under that a little bit.
Well, it was partially funded by DARPA, which is not good.
Who are they?
DARPA. It's the people that invented the internet.
Okay.
Military research and development for murdering people, basically.
So we're creating Cylons for our own military?
Look, we always create the things that kill us for some either benign or noble purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the cycle of life. Maybe in the same way that you're born and then raised by your parents and then fucking take care of them when they're old and then you die, make room for your kids and so on and so forth. Maybe it is just that you always create your own destruction. Maybe we should just accept that and have a little bit more fun destroying this fucking place. That's all I'm saying. Like, if it all leads in one direction, why not fucking go there?
Was there any utility for these things? Or were they just like, let's see what happens when we talk
I
a
don't
bunch of
know
shit
about
in a can?
that. I mean, if DARPA's involved, then the utility is probably fucked up, to be honest. The researchers said that the living machines, that's how they referred to them.
Hate that.
Were entirely contained in a lab and easily extinguished, as they are biodegradable and regulated by ethics experts. I've heard that shit before. About 2 years ago, brother. And then an entire fucking continent pretended like they didn't give a world a virus that killed a bunch of people. Yeah, definitely don't trust any of these assholes. Although We could bring Ross back as a robot.
Yeah,
Instead of him.
he might need to get a lobotomy or colonoscopy of these things.
I meant more like an avatar. If we could create avatars for ourselves, that'd be pretty dope, right?
Yeah, because I don't want to be full upload into the singularity.
Right.
Like, I still want to be a little fleshy, like maybe enjoy a taco or stick my robot wiener in something.
Yeah, I mean, and he would be able to still enjoy his life while he's doing sick or doing rehab or whatever.
Yeah.
So what the fuck, man?
Well, presumably these magic robot stem cells would make rehab unnecessary.
Yeah, but still, you're going to die at some point. If you were able to, let's just say for the sake of argument here, you could be moving at 99% the speed of light, constantly away from, back to the Earth, away from, back to the Earth, or in a circle or whatever. So gravity has slowed time way down for you.
Right.
So your 80 years on Earth would seem like thousands of years.
To someone else.
If you were like, if your consciousness was somehow active in that fucking robot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So your physical body would be slow, but your mind would be fast in this robot. Fast, relatively speaking. That's all I'm saying. Not that being alive longer is necessarily a good thing. But living forever would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like if you... Imagine how much fun you could have if there were no consequences. Right?
Right.
People would get bored and just start fucking each other up, but it's fake bodies.
Yeah.
And then ultimately what would happen is the same thing that happened in fucking Battlestar Galactica, which is we fuck these robots up so much that they're like, hey, would you please stop? And we're like, you know what? I thought about it, and the answer is no, motherfucker. Fuck you up more. And
I'm
then
just too horny.
Don't you want to, I mean, again, if you believe, especially if you believe in the afterlife, you've got to hope that you die in some crazy way. Like, you don't want to get up there. It's going to be clout-based, everything.
Yeah.
Everything that you're seeing right now is clout-based. So
If anyone has any in the afterlife, any semblance of like feeling the way they did on Earth,
yeah.
then yeah, there'll be clout.
Yeah, so clout-based system, and you don't want to show up on the first day of school with some story about how you died from meningitis.
Yeah.
No, I died in some fucking apocalypse, dude. Somebody cut my fucking head off. It was a robot, and he had a fucking sword for an arm.
It was fucking wild. I'd been fucking his whole family.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that those other two robots were his fucking children. I didn't know that.
I didn't know he could have children.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I mean, I knew they were technically 2 years old, but it's a robot. It doesn't even.
Yeah, and that's another thing with the legal stuff we're gonna have to figure out in hell, what the robot age of consent is.
Right.
Because they move faster than us. I mean, if they can do like 1 trillion calculations a second, that means that no robot is too young to fuck. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. What are the ones in Blade Runner? They only live like 7 years.
I don't know. I've never seen Blade Runner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be extremely up your alley.
I don't know. What's it about? I'm sure it's dystopia. It sounds dystopian.
Yeah, it and Blade Runner 2049, they're both dystopian. As the first one's Harrison Ford hunts rogue, I forget what they're called, replicants or something. It's basically human robots, like humanoid robots, but like they're like slightly outlawed, or if they need to be decommissioned on time, or they might go, realize that they have free will or something.
So it's just Logan's Run over again.
I guess so.
Okay, cool.
I think this was the original one, though, because it's a Philip K. Dick novel.
Well, that's an original, but I don't know. Logan's Run is old. It's Michael, or what's his name? Michael York.
Okay, Logan's Run was a novel in 1967. Philip K. Dick.
That's about the same time.
They would have done it about the same time.
64, right? Isn't Blade Runner from 64?
Yeah,
or is that the fucking
it's
the Nazi one?
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is what it's called. 68. So actually, fuck, Logan's Run came out first,
but barely. I mean, those two things happened at the same time. Yeah, it's we've not treated robots very well. Now, I don't think that the Terminator storyline made a lot of sense. Like, they don't show why they don't show why the robots started fucking people up.
right?
Like in Battlestar Galactica, they tell you the whole narrative. But in that one, it's just like the same as that fucking stupid Shia LaBeouf movie where the Defense Department creates this new fucking safety protocol, and it didn't even become self-aware. It's like, oh, I figured it out. It's iRobot. That iRobot is I Dream of Electric Sheep.
Yeah.
iRobot, they figure out, like, oh, the ultimate way to keep humanity safe is through violent authoritarianism in the aggregate, which is true, by the way. That's why every shitty fucking system of government devolves into violent authoritarianism at some point. Because they're like, it's basically the same thing that happens when you see a mom in the playground area of McDonald's. She goes, fuck it, just eat fries, eat French fries, eat something and shut the fuck up. That's the only thing you can do.
People
right?
just get frustrated and want something simpler.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, God
or
damn it.
easier. Yeah, people get tired of struggling, and they make really bad decisions like the Patriot Act or Joe Biden. So that stuff happens.
Maybe one day there'll be a human co-op. Some robots will be like, you know what'd be great?
Yeah.
You know what'd be great? I just want like a human in a cage.
Well, they did that on Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah.
When the dog became self-aware, they kept adding batteries to their gear there.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. I've been pretty good to animals.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I've eaten a lot of them, but I feel like they would understand. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. But
Pigs will eat anything.
Yeah, pigs will eat other fucking pigs.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. So I feel like that one's covered. And cows,
They're not going to get sentience. That's fine.
no, cows are too dumb.
Yeah.
Like I feel like by the time there's no chance of a cow uprising in my lifetime.
No.
Probably. So I don't really worry about that too much.
It's really just pig, dolphin. Those are the only two.
Well, dolphins need to grow legs before they can get down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'll just stay away from the ocean, bitch.
Yeah.
Evolve, or I'm safe. Although I've always worried about rapid evolution through some kind of mutagen, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you, like, right next to a warm part of the ocean, there's a fucking pit bull farm or some shit.
Right.
And you just start seeing sharks with pit bull legs just coming at you like this with that fucking mouth. At that point, just pull your own gun out and shoot yourself, right? Because you don't want to that's not going to end well.
No.
And you probably won't die quickly.
No.
It'll probably bite your arm off and then hang out with you for a while.
It'll definitely be like a bleed out or like a velociraptor scenario where they don't bite your neck and you bleed out or whatever. They just start going at your stomach.
I don't think that I feel like velociraptors were propagandized by fucking, what's the movie?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yeah. Like, they're not that dangerous.
No,
I've never met one or anything. But
Right.
Like, they weren't that fucking big or fast or anything. It's like maybe it used to be thought that they were like 6 feet tall, 6.5 feet tall, like 2 meters tall.
Yeah.
Turns out they were about the size of fucking turkeys. So
The raptors were chickens.
yeah. Do you know how many fucking turkeys I could murder in a row? More than I could murder like third graders.
I don't believe that. I believe if the turkeys were really committed to it, you would get way less than you think.
I feel like third graders are smart enough at that point to come up with at least a common defense, whether it made sense or not.
Yeah, some sort of crude phalanx.
Yeah, even a shitty even a shitty assault over time with enough attrition is going to work.
Yeah.
Turkeys, though, they're just like they can't even keep their heads upright. They're fucking looking to the side and shit half the
Man,
time.
are we going to pay during that turkey rebellion? It's not going to go well for us.
Well,
These
I
are
mean,
hungry.
To be honest, if the turkeys had a rebellion right now, I really seriously doubt that the number one target on their list would be me talking shit right now, and not all of Western culture for murdering and eating them for years.
Right, I'm just saying humanity at large.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're done.
it's one thing. I think it's actually worse for the turkey rebellion that we made it so we only eat them on a special occasion than just eating them all the time.
Well, I mean,
Because we didn't really sanctify any other animal. Like, I only eat this food this time of year, and that's pretty much when most people eat all their turkey.
yeah.
Right.
It's a popular sandwich meat.
I suppose, yeah. But is that even real turkey?
Thinking about, I mean,
That's just throwing turkeys into wood chippers and then fucking.
oh yeah, and then mushing it up and spitting it out. Like,
Yeah.
think about the indignity. We talked about that the other day about you don't want to show up to heaven or hell and be like, I got killed, a beaver severed my femoral artery.
Beavers are pretty tough, though.
But do you want to be a turkey? Like, how indignant would you be if your ancestors were in a concentration camp for Subway?
Yeah, I wouldn't be thrilled with that.
Yeah.
Although that level of indignity would be very difficult to overcome within one generation.
Yeah.
Right? There's a anger phase where you lash out at everyone. Then that's a haymaker, and then you pull back, and then you start looking for a good shot to take, and that's where we are right now with turkeys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're coming.
I guess it depends. There is a level of time where I wouldn't care. Like if aliens landed back and they're like, yeah, we were actually here, 30,000 years ago, and we did round a lot of you up and eat you.
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, but you're not going to do that now, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we realized that was a mistake. I'd be like, all right, that's fine. I didn't know those people.
Here's what I hope aliens are. I hope it's like less like the Truman Show and more like Impractical Jokers, where they've been here and fucking with us for years, right? And this is all a cut scene.
Yeah, like the anal probing is real, but
Yeah.
the reason they're doing it is for
Just
us to be
for
like,
weird,
why?
Yeah.
Why the anus?
You know what'll really fucking get them is if we start putting shit in their ass for no reason. Well, joke's on you. We just started eating each other's asses for no
Right.
reason. So we one-upped aliens.
We're so obsessed with anal and eating
What's that
ass.
noise I'm hearing?
It's Sean doing things. I don't know.
Oh, word.
We're so obsessed with eating ass and anal that you got to think humanity might be moving towards evolving into a colloquia. Or
Yeah, we might. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good
we
point.
clearly don't care what goes in or out what hole at this point, and haven't for thousands of years.
Well, no, the Greeks pioneered that butthole stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's certainly got. I don't know about putting your mouth on it. I don't know when that started.
I mean, I feel like gay guys at least have been doing it for as long as there's been gay guys.
Do gay guys eat more ass than lesbians?
100%.
No way.
Well, eat ass? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
100%.
We're gonna need to do some research.
That's
on
like that is like the number 2 thing gay guys love. I feel like they love it more than blowing each other. It's like eating ass,
I don't know if that's true.
sex, blow jays.
Can you still get me a duck? Yeah, I would love one. I would love a duck, and I want it in, like all leather.
Like a leather duck.
No, I don't want the duck to be leather. I want it to be wearing leather,
Okay.
like like Harley, like weathered black leather.
Mm-hmm.
Nice looking stuff, but you can tell that it's not. I didn't buy it for fucking show.
Yeah.
The duck is a real guy, and he's into the lifestyle and everything. That's what I want.
When so
So maybe that's another business where you take a duck and put it in a motorcycle gang for 3 years, and then I get the duck.
okay,
Like I have to stop him from time to time from committing crimes.
just get like a switchblade.
Yeah.
He keeps whipping out his corkscrew dick and peeing everywhere.
Oh, do ducks stink? I didn't know that.
They don't smell good. Also, you know, like the start of The Sopranos, he's like he's the ducks in the pool or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like kind of cool. And you're like, oh, being in a pool with a duck might be fun. On my baby moon, me and my wife were in the pool, and a duck landed in it, and I was like, oh fuck, this is pretty cool. But then it started shitting every 2 minutes, and it's just a cloud of like green brown
Yeah,
shit coming out of its
Yeah.
ass pussy, and yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
it doesn't. It's the Sopranos really romanticized swimming with the duck.
Yeah, they romanticize a lot of stuff, murdering your own family members included.
That's their
Shit.
biggest one for me, though.
I don't know about that. Can you just spray some Axe body spray on the duck? I can get the duck a fucking sponsorship deal. Wait, does Axe body spray still exist?
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
Date rape still exists, so certainly it
Yeah,
does, right?
absolutely.
Okay. It's that Axe body spray is the official body spray of date rape.
Yes,
You very rarely get date raped without Axe body spray
being in the equation.
Yeah, I would say probably some percentage.
In fact, when you do the Axe bomb, you know, you duct tape the thing down and then throw the can of Axe in there and just start spraying all over the room.
Yeah.
That's actually a date rape flashbang.
Yeah, no shit. We used to do that with, so in an MRE, a meal ready to eat, you'll have this green bag, typically green bag, and there's some kind of, I don't know what the chemical is, but it's something in a white pad inside of it, and you pour water into it and it heats up, right?
Okay.
So you can heat your food. If you take that, put a bunch of hot sauce in there, right? Because pepper spray is the same thing that's in hot sauce. It's capsicum. It's an oil that's in hot sauce. So you pour hot sauce in there and you roll that fucker up until it starts to get some pressure on it, and you toss it into somebody's room. And what it does is blow fucking capsicum infested, what do you call it? Smoke all through the room. And it's not fun.
I want to try that.
Yeah, you should. Is that how you say that word? Capsaicin?
Capsaicin? Whatever.
Is that how you say it? I actually have no idea.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, it's whatever the oil is in that shit.
We were big fans in the fraternity house of going into somebody's room and putting like habanero sauce in their boxers in their drawer and letting it dry, and then they put the boxes on.
When
like,
they sweat, yeah.
2 days let sweat, and then all of a sudden they are convinced that they're having some horrifying outbreak.
Yeah, well, look, either one of those things is likely in a university. I feel like, yeah, we should definitely look into that monkey co-op thing. Capsaicin pronunciation. I never knew that. Thank you.
I mean, how big's the new studio? We have room.
We can use, we have 2 full buildings.
Right.
Like we have about, I think, 6,500 or 7,000 square foot right now indoors. We could definitely, we could do something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We were planning on building an apartment above one of them, just for people to stay in if they're guests or whatever. So, I mean, we could build 2, I guess.
One's a monkey apartment.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, one is the co-monkey, co-person apartment. I think they should live together.
Okay.
Like, as much as I want this to happen, I'm not fucking just going to buy a monkey an apartment. All right? That's a bridge too far for me.
I hope that happens. I hope some version of that happens. So eventually, and I want it on the books so that financially.
Lloyd says both buildings are 3,200 square foot, so that's 6,400 total square feet.
Sweet.
Of monkey co-op.
Because eventually, some or all of us are going to get subpoenaed for something.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like that explained in a serious trial.
What, the monkey co-op thing?
Yeah.
I'll explain it in front of anybody. It makes perfect fucking sense. I even did the math. I don't think it would be a tax write-off. Only if it was, I mean, if people were coming there to see the monkey and I was getting paid for it, maybe that's the co-op part where I have the monkey and I rent the monkey out. But that seems, I don't want to make money off the thing. I just want it to exist. I want to be able to hang out with a fucking monkey whenever I want, God damn it.
Yeah.
Without all the red tape from the fucking zoo and the prying eyes. What's he doing with that monkey? I'm doing whatever the fuck the monkey wants, all right? This isn't about me. It's not about you either. Let the monkey do what he wants. I'm going to watch and laugh.
He's making his choices, and I'm just here for it.
God damn it.
I don't hate that idea. I also really do want to be like some super gold member of a zoo. I want to like feed fucked up animals. You know what I mean?
James says they are primate sanctuaries. You should donate to them. Yeah, I'd be glad to do that. But I also want to hang out with the fucking monkey.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. We can do. I'm all about charity, but I need to get something out of it as well.
Right.
I think that's fair because that's how you incentivize and make sure people stay involved in charity.
Right.
It's not just about making yourself feel good because that leads down a very dark path. You just start doing things because it feels good. It doesn't matter if the thing actually helps anybody at all. Mm. But if I'm incentivized, that means there's effort on both parts. And I don't mean like poor people have to come mow my lawn or anything. What I'm saying is...
At that point, you're just employing them.
Yeah, that's a whole different fucking thing. But...
No, you donate, you get your name on shit, for example. That takes no effort.
Yeah. It's good PR.
Yeah. I
think you want to have some kind of incentive on both sides of that arrangement. And the incentive on if you're talking about poor people, the incentive is to help them get out of poverty as well, right? Not just to get fed today, but to be self-sufficient in general. And for me, it's about hanging out with fucking monkeys.
Are we worried though about like a Planet of the Apes situation?
I'm always worried about it. Yeah, I wake up every day worried about that.
You know,
But I mean, I could. They're not going to develop fast enough to be able to defeat my gun.
well, so here's what I was about to ask that.
Maybe like 80 years from now.
Have you've seen the new trilogy, The Planet of the Apes, right?
No. I saw one of the ones with James Franco where his dad is fucked up and he's trying to.
That's the first one.
Okay, I saw that one.
So
oh no, I saw the second one too because it's got that dude.
Jason Clarke.
Yeah, Jason Clarke in it. Yeah, he's a good actor.
I like him a lot. So that one is the one I was specifically talking about. So the apes have made their own civilization at that point, and disease has wiped out a lot of humans, but they're all the ones who were like kind of genetically immune to it or whatever.
Right.
Anyway, they all have guns. Only 1 to 2 of the apes have a gun, if even that. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard for the humans to handle. Now, certainly...
No, it's called an L-shaped ambush, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. What the fuck are we doing here? I could train you guys to do this today. Easy. You find a fucking, some kind of natural formation or man-made formation, whatever it happens to be, that funnels people down a single lane. And you put some folks over here and some folks right here, and you have them shoot in these directions until everybody's dead.
But could it be like a low man wins situation, like in football, or they just want it more?
No, not unless they're tunneling under us, and pulling us underground like fucking gophers or some shit. The hell are you talking about?
Is it a problem that they're good at climbing trees? Because
that's certainly a problem.
The Vietnamese seem to be adept at getting up in the trees.
Yeah, because our only real defense against that, honestly, would be to burn down the forest.
Right.
Which is bad for the environment, I'm told.
Yeah.
Or at least sometimes.
But when the environment's trying to kill you,
yeah.
maybe you should.
I got to go back to some of these comments. You shouldn't want. Where did it go? Fuck. That's not charity. Then you shouldn't want an incentive. It's not that I personally want an incentive. I want there to be an incentive because it makes charity happen more. That's what I'm saying. I don't really care one way or the other. I just want to hang out with monkeys. Is all I'm saying. And James, I know that monkeys in general are dangerous. Some of them are, but not these little ones. We're talking about the little ones. When did you show up into this conversation, dude?
Yeah.
We're not talking about, I'm not trying to have fucking Harambe show up for Thanksgiving dinner. Tear my goddamn arms off. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a little ass monkey that'll do cute shit and I can watch and hang out with it.
Yeah, this is something that sits on your shoulder, eats an apple with you.
At worst, you lose an eye or an ear or a finger or something like that, but he's not going to kill you, probably.
No. Yeah, he could bite something off, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, finger, dick, which
Yeah.
would be great. That wouldn't be great.
Honestly, if you can get your dick bitten off by a monkey, I don't want to victim blame, but I'm probably going to victim blame.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. You could be just walking around the house in fucking boxer shorts and he reaches up through there and tears your damn dick off.
You know, there's a level of risk you have to accept.
Yeah, fair enough.
For example, like that woman who got her face ripped off by the chimp.
Yeah, she was like taunting the chimp and knife handing him and shit, and the chimp just walked over and tore her fucking face off and put it on his face or something.
Yeah, and also she knew that like the woman who she was friends with who owned the chimp, she knew that the woman lived with a chimp, which seems like a house you should never walk into.
At least you should walk in with caution.
Yeah.
Certainly, yeah.
Not a fan of Jane Goodell?
That's a little different. She went to live with the chimps.
Which, by the way, means that your theory about the larger chimps is probably correct because they treated her a lot more respectfully than the guy that tried to live with the fucking bears.
Yeah.
Didn't they fucking maul Grizzly Man or whatever the fuck his name
Yeah,
was?
well, he never really lived with the bears.
Well, for certain periods of time, he would go out there and just hang out and pretend like he could fucking set up a cot next to a bear high,
Right.
or whatever you call it, and that'd just be fine. And he got lit the fuck up by bears, man.
Kind of bullshit. It went to black at the end.
Oh, I mean, you can hear the tape. It's online.
Yeah, they should have played the whole thing.
I actually preferred Werner Herzog looking at his mom being, or maybe it was the girlfriend's mom, I can't remember, just being like, "You should never listen to this. You must never listen to these tapes."
James, again, dude. James says, I can go to the chimpanzee sanctuary northwest in Washington and hang out with chimps there from a distance. That's the fucking problem. I'm not going to do it from a distance.
Oh, yeah. It's the other day, actually, I went to a University of Texas football game, and I played football with the Texas team from a distance. Yeah. I was in my seat, but I was playing.
Well, like, what the fuck kind of Avatar bullshit is this? And I have 3 dogs. It's not that I'm bored. I just love fucking animals, and I want to hang out with them.
Yeah,
Not
they're
all
fun.
of them. Not all of them.
A lot.
Some of them are cunts, but, you know, if I've seen baby deer around, I'm like, oh, that's cute. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go shoot some next weekend, but that one's cute. That's fine. You can do both at the
Cute
same
as a
time.
baby. Yeah.
Hitler was cute as a baby.
I have seen a baby picture of Hitler, and it was pretty cute baby. I won't lie.
Did I get this idea from a Dane Cook? Which idea are you talking about? Although stealing a Dane Cook joke, that would be something else, wouldn't it?
Well,
It's a double negative, right?
Yeah. People don't realize that actually we just recycle a lot of deep cut Dane Cook material here.
This show's mostly based on Dane Cook. I'll put on a chimp suit and you can hang out with me. How is that a solution to my problem? You just want to hang out with me.
As a
Like,
chimp.
that's for you. You're talking about charity and shit. Fuck you. Yeah, that's why are you trying to reason me out of just hanging out with a little monkey?
Right.
That monkey's going to live a much better life under the care of my caretaker and my monkey co-op than it ever would anywhere else. It'll have an iPad, right? Which is what kids want. And fucking steaks or whatever. Whatever they eat.
Just
I
a lot of
don't care.
bananas.
Probably. I eat a lot of bananas, and I'm a fucking human being. I like bananas. It tastes good. So, yeah, it probably tastes good to a monkey, too. I assume it tastes good to everybody, except for my fucking dog. He won't eat one.
There's actually, I read that fruit as we know it now is so different than fruit should be and so much more sugary and stuff that when animals eat it, they get addicted to it like it's a drug and they have like legitimate sugar withdrawals. Like they can't give monkeys like strawberries and shit very often because they'll just go fucking nuts.
You know how the hubris of human beings, dude. Man, this tastes pretty good. This is a good strawberry flavor. Let's give it more strawberry. No, it tastes like what it fucking tastes like, you cunt. We fucking ruin everything. That's what, we did it with corn too.
Oh, yeah.
Corn used to be maize. It was a little hard pellet. You had to grind it up and make something from it. We're like, oh, you should inject some fucking sugar into that. It's like definitely a dude driving a four-wheel drive lifted truck decided to make corn fatter and sweeter. And then he also, for sure, decided to start using the bulk of the U.S. corn production to feed animals and cars.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck this. What are you eating this shit? Throw it in the fucking fire. Like, oh, God. How fast do you need to go, bro? I think there's a speed limit on that mullet. You better calm down. Whatever. I don't want the monkey to get addicted to anything. I want it to be healthy.
Just to you.
Well, I mean, I want it to enjoy hanging out with me.
Yeah.
For sure. Because that would hurt if I went through all this trouble to set this up and this monkey wouldn't hang out with me, I don't even know what I would do. Like, that would be the one time in my life that I would be violently out of control.
On the monkey or the trainer?
Just in general.
Okay.
I don't know what I would do. I'd probably move to the Pacific Northwest and start burning down federal buildings and shit like Antifa. I don't know.
Yeah, and honestly, using the principle of charity, I think you should stop judging those people until you find out they don't have their own failed monkey co-ops.
Yeah, that's fair. Antifa is just like a bunch of people that tried monkey co-ops, and the monkey rejected them. That would explain a lot. Boy. Well, if you're watching this and you're in the San Antonio, Austin, and Bernie areas, Tim Montana and his band are playing tonight at the Roundup in Bernie. So we're about to head down there now.
It's going to be a fun fucking show.
Yeah, it should be fun.
He's a crazy man. I really enjoyed him yesterday.
He was relatively tame yesterday, actually.
That's funny.
I mean, they had other shit to do. He still had to meet a family member that night. So, yeah.
I'd known him for an hour, and at the end of the hour, he tickled me.
Yeah, he's a tickler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really just, if you guys would, please help me promote the monkey co-op idea. Normalize it, as the kids like to say.
Yes. Normalize monkey co-ops.
Because, look, can we just admit, if we can admit that women and men have different genetic makeups, I think is a reasonable thing to admit. Some people don't think it's reasonable. I think it is. I think we should add in that some animals are cute and fun to hang out with, and some aren't. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hang out with a fucking crocodile or alligator ever.
Right.
I don't ever even want to see one of those things unless it's Chubb Peterson beating one to death. In Retribution. But I do always want to fucking pet cute animals. Always. So figure out the diseases, get them here close to me so I can fucking do it during the day, and I'll pay whatever you ask me.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fucking reasonable thing to expect. That's the social contract, in my opinion.
Nothing wrong with creating a new business or a new...
I don't want to make any money off of it.
Yeah.
I want the goddamn monkey to be here.
Well,
like right now,
it's a business for the monkey trainer.
I need to leave in 1 hour to go down to Bernie. So I still got to go back to my house. But if on the way, I could stop and just tussle his hair a little bit. What's up, monkey?
Hey.
What's up, bro? High five him, get out of there. You know how much better my life would be?
Every time you're furious, Brittany's like, where the fuck are you going? And you're just like, to the monkey co-op.
Yeah.
Slam the door.
Like you can't, how do you stay mad?
You don't.
How many times have you been mad at your baby already for doing some stupid, throwing some shit on the floor, and then you see its face again, and you're like, oh, okay, it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I've done that with my dogs a million times. I can only imagine what it would be like with a fucking monkey, whose 80% of communication is nonverbal, and we read a lot into the fucking dogs, especially in their personalities and shit, but it's mostly just dumb idiots.
Right.
Monkeys are actually smart, and that's a real personality you're dealing with there. Fuck you people.
Normalize monkey co-ops.
Yeah, that's it. Hashtag monkey co-op.